Hello, my name is Phil Hargrove, and I was born in Greenville, South Carolina to be close to my parents. Growing up in Greenville, I swore as a senior in high school I'd go spread my wings and explore the world in college, and ended up going 9 miles north to Furman University. Of all the great experiences there, the best one was having a class with a young woman named Carrie Copenhaver at the time, and I said if I could just get one shot with her, my life will be complete. I actually did. On March 16th, 1993, we had our first date. 29 years later, 4 states and 4 kids. She's still my best friend and partner in life and ministry. Of those 4 kids, they're spread out around the eastern part of the United States. Allie is a second-year student at Duke Divinity School. She's also grabbing a master's of social work at UNC Chapel Hill. She got her smarts from her mother. Mia is creating beauty at Kansas City Art Institute in Kansas City, Missouri. She's also serving up smiles and sandwiches as the assistant catering director at Panera Bread Company. Lincoln is loving life as a sophomore business major in Tigertown. He also hangs out with the football team and does an internship. And last but not least, Rosa is a senior in high school and receiving way too much attention from her almost empty nest parents. Are you ever really prepared for a role such as a senior pastor at Corinth Reformed Church? If preparation means perfection, certainly not. But if it means depending on God's enabling grace, then yes. God's reminding me that it's not a title or a role that my value or worth comes from. It's the fact that I'm a beloved child of His, and that's enough. So God's been doing a lot in my life recently to prepare me. I'm excited about when and how He'll reveal that to me in the coming season. From a 30,000-foot view, I'm called to be a pastor. I resonate with what Peter says in 1 Peter 5. He said, "Be a shepherd of God's flock under your care, watching over them, doing so eagerly." There's an eagerness in me to shepherd a group of people in a particular place. And as I've looked at Corinth online and asked around, done some intel, it seems like a great place in which to minister. The fact that the associate pastors have such long tenures, 20 years, 12 years with Pastor Paul and Amy and Lori and Kevin, there's something to that. It seems like there's a culture there that is inviting and welcoming and hospitable and celebrative. So for that reason, it seems like to me, Corinth would be a great place to do ministry in. And the church has a long history from 1867, over 150 years of rootedness in the Hickory community. There's a sense of stability there. The town, that's your footprint for ministry and beyond. So the evangelical context of the church seems to be just ripe for continued flourishing ministry. For all those reasons and more, it would be a privilege to serve alongside the staff and people at Corinth Reformed Church. The big thing that excites me about the possibility of serving at Corinth Reformed is really 3 words that I saw on the website. And it's simply this: it's all about Jesus. I think that's 4 words. But that forms a foundation, and from that everything else flows. The fact that there seems to be multiple generations, intergenerational community there is exciting. There's multiple forms of worship expression where people can connect with God with the grandeur and the commanding presence of a organ or the rhythmic sounds of a guitar or the beat of a drum, all those things. And really in corporate worship where that forms us, where we celebrate the sacraments of communion and baptism and preaching and gathering around the Word and being sent out into the world to be ambassadors for Christ. That excites me about joining a group of people, a community that is focused on Jesus and wanting to share His love with the world that desperately needs it. But perhaps the thing that excites me the most about the possibility of joining the team there at Corinth and Hickory is something I heard Jenny McEwen pray for in a recent service as the elders and the search team are taking intentional time to pray about this process. She said this: she said, "We not only want someone to be our pastor, but also to be our friend." And to me, that really resonates because one of my best philosophy of ministry is articulated by Paul in 1 Thessalonians. And he said this, he said, "We not only shared the gospel of God with you, but our very lives as well, because you had become so dear to us." And it's that sense of dearness, if that's a word, that sense of not only being a pastor, the gospel of God, but also a friend, sharing our very lives as well, in hospitality and in relationship that my wife and I and family long for. That really excites me, is to be a part of that community that is called the church, and to hopefully do it with you.